Welcome again to the Content Manager's channel today. We are touching a topic which is seriously threatening the world, that is Heftiness. We may also call it obesity, pushing to a definitive fight against the epic antagonist within recent memory, Heftiness. The time has come to fuel up with energy and prepare to vanquish this offender. The weight plague is not simply an individual test. A worldwide emergency requests our aggregate energy and assurance. In this jolting blog entry, we will plunge profoundly into the whirlpool of Heftiness, investigate its starting points, results, and find how every one of us can combine efforts to overcome this powerful adversary. Heftiness or obesity differs from being overweight in magnitude and implications of excess body weight. While both terms relate to an individual having more body weight than considered normal or healthy, obesity carries a more severe connotation. Heftiness or obesity typically indicates an excessive accumulation of body fat, often associated with increased health risks such as cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and other obesity-related conditions. On the other hand, being overweight may encompass a broader range of excess weight that might not necessarily result in the same health concerns as obesity. The distinction lies in the degree of adiposity and the potential impact on overall health, making it essential to recognize and address these terms with a nuanced understanding for effective health management. Embracing the weight challenge, exposing the Heftiness monster. Heftiness is not simply a number on a scale. It is a condition where overabundance fat turns into a perilous offender. It is anything but a simple skirmish of the lump, however, a battle for our prosperity and future. To distinguish this foe, we use a BMI number cruncher. A BMI of 30 or higher is the warning that signals Heftiness obesity. Heftiness doesn't separate. It is a worldwide hazard. The World Health Organization reports that obesity rates have increased 3 times since 1975. In 2016, more than 1.9 billion grown-ups were overweight, out of which 650 million fell into the obesity class. Highest obesity rates in the world are in Pacific Island nations of Nauru 61% and Palau 55.3% of prevalence. These numbers are faltering, and we should understand what is powering this pandemic. Bangladesh is the least obese country in the world with 3.6% obesity prevalence. In United States of America, 42% of Americans are living with obesity. As per news analysis from NORC at the University of Chicago, I quote, more than 4 in 10 United States adults are obese, with states in the South and Midwest showing some of the highest prevalence. Quotations from the Minister of Health. World Obesity Day released by Public Health Agency of Canada, quote, March 4, 2023. Rising rates of obesity are a significant public health concern in Canada and across the world. In Canada, almost 2 in 3 adults and 1 in 3 children and youth are overweight or living with obesity, with even higher rates in marginalized and equity-seeking populations. Obesity greatly increases the risk for several chronic diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Unquote. Exposing the guilty party's Heftiness adventure is a story of astonishing factors that deliver this offender: junk food, the realm of cheap food, and handled, fatty, low supplement feasts are where these are found living. The languid way of life. Our so-called modern, lazy lives where screens and seats rule make consuming calories becomes a dream. Hereditary interest? People have a hereditary inclination to obesity, making the battle considerably more extreme. Climate's impact. The people group we live in often need permission to eat new and tasty food, as well as places of refuge for actual work. The value we pay weight is something beyond well-being troubles. It is a monetary killer blow. In the USA alone, the yearly medical services expenses to treat Heftiness-related issues outperform a stunning $190 billion, about $580 per person in the US. The financial effect is not simply pocket profound, it influences people, medical services frameworks, and whole countries. The Heftiness molestineath youthful champions. Heftiness does not spare the youthful. Youth heftiness is a developing hazard. Amazingly, around 38 million kids under 5 are overweight or hefty around the world. This risks their well-being as well as undermines our aggregate future. The skirmish of the brain. Heftiness is not about actual well-being, it is a personal minefield. Large people often face disparagement and separation, prompting low confidence and reduced personal satisfaction. Society's judgment just fills the fire. The ecological frontline. The food business practices likewise negatively affect the climate. The large-scale manufacturing of handled food varieties and their dissemination are adding to natural corruption and ozone-harming substance outflows. The heftiness emergency is not simply an individual battle, it is a worldwide worry with earth-shaking outcomes. Prepared, set, battle, the singular upset excursion to overcome weight starts with individual decisions. Prepare to release your internal fighter by picking shrewdly. Settle on an eating routine that is wealthy in natural products, vegetables, lean protein, and entire grains, while dumping those handled and sweet enemies. Move that body. Make active work a piece of your day-to-day, everyday practice. Hold back nothing 150 minutes around 2.5 long stretches of heart-siphoning exercise every week. Size matters. Watch out for segment sizes. Try not to revel in fatty food varieties. Information is power. Instruct yourself about sustenance and well-being. The more you know, the mightier you become. The people group task force your people group can turn into the bleeding edge in this conflict. Support neighborhood drives for better food choices and backer for active work programs. Together, we can set up a climate that goes with sound decisions the standard. Changing approach speak loudly for strategies that advance. Better choices at schools, work environments, and public spaces. Advocate for drives that give protected and open regions to active work. The fight against heftiness starts with the force of individuals. Building a less fatty future information managers. Our kids are the future, so show them the methods of the fighter. Schools and families play a huge part in shaping youthful personalities and ways of behaving. Urge them to adore open-air exercises, sports, and nutritious feasts. Sound the trumpets. Join the charge of public mindfulness crusades against weight. Share data, examples of overcoming adversity, and move others to roll out sure improvements. Well-being watchmen. Medical services experts are on the bleeding edge of this fight. Talk with them for directions on weight the executives, sustenance, and exercise. They are your partners on this excursion. Join and win backing and consolation. This fight is intense, however, you are in good company. Rest on the help of family, companions, and networks. Commend each triumph and lift each other up in difficulty. Observe little wins. Each triumph, regardless of how little, is a bit nearer to win. Whether you shed a couple of pounds, settle on better food decisions, or adhere to an exercise routine daily practice, each accomplishment is an encouraging sign. Finish what has been started. Weight is a drawn-out fight. There will be deterrents and snapshots of uncertainty, however, with enduring assurance, you can overcome this foe. Be caring to yourself. Try not to be too brutal to yourself. Botches occur, however, the thing that is significant is refocusing and going ahead with the battle. Look for a proficient guide. If you are uncertain where to begin, look for help from medical services experts, nutritionists, or wellness mentors. They can make a customized plan to lead you to triumph. Be a directing light. By settling on solid decisions, you can be a motivation to everyone around you. Your activities can have an expanding influence, empowering others to set out on their excursion to well-being. Joined We Stand heftiness knows no boundaries. A common test requires worldwide exertion. Global participation, information sharing, and cooperative activity are fundamental too. Think up practical procedures for handling weight around the world. Champion exploration and development resources into exploration and development to track down inventive answers for the weight issue, support associations, and drives focused on this basic work. Be the voiceth battle against heftiness begins with mindfulness. Share this energizing article, like discussions about sound living, and break the disgrace around weight. Conclusion: the heftiness emergency is a considerable enemy, however, we are mightier. With excitement, assurance, and solidarity, we can beat this worldwide test and fabricate a more brilliant, better future for all of humankind. An opportunity to act is currently. Join the fight against heftiness and be the legend you were destined to be. Together, we will win. God be with us. Here I come to the end of today's talk. Thanks for watching. If you find this information helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health-related content. Yes, do not forget to comment, as these are of great importance to us for our improvement. Take care. Bye.